Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. Another chat with Paula. And we're going to deep dive on, I have no idea, clearly, castle that's been demolished. So we'll talk about that later. How you going, Paula?
Yeah, good, Campbell, and yourself?
I'm good, good.
That's good.
Yes.
I'm sorry we didn't do it. It's been a little while again. As you know,
Yes,
we
yes.
had a
You
little
had a little bug problem,
carpet
but
beetle plague in our
people
beautiful
play.
woolen carpet, so the whole place had to be totally ripped apart. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're back on track now. So,
Never heard of carpet beetles before. Very interesting, but
yeah, well, I never knew about them either, but I always remember going into houses that had carpet, older houses, and they'd have like, I always thought the dogs or the cats had clawed on and you see like bare spots.
mm,
Yeah, apparently
but
they're
it's
carpet beetles.
yeah, wow. Well, there you go.
Yes, and they love to eat woolen fibre because they make their cocoons out of it, little buggers. Today I'm going to try and finish off with Sydney. As much as I love being in Sydney, my hometown is Melbourne, and I get a little bit, I don't know if it's anxious or whatever when I talk about other states, but because I'm so familiar with my state, I thought, well, we'll do a little bit of a turnaround. I probably will go back to Sydney though, because it is an important part of what we're trying to find out,
It
most
is.
definitely.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at, well, I won't say, what I want to do is we'll go back to Mr. Martin, but yeah, just something that I thought about. And again, it rounded me back to Mr. James Martin and his beautiful property. And I don't know if it's evidence or what it is, but it could be something. So I want to start off saying, have you really looked at the statues and the murals on our buildings that are scattered everywhere in our cities and our towns? You know, who are these faces? Who are these people? Do we really know who they are? I go back, I was thinking about this question while I was doing this, and I'm thinking, well, we only really know who they are by what we're told and what the narrative tells us. And I actually thought back to my time of when I did exploring, and I'd started off in cemeteries in Lilydale, the Lilydale Cemetery, as a very young child. I would clean the cemeteries, and I was one of those weirdos. It was just the cemetery fascinated me, the stories fascinated me. So I thought back to then, and I remember back then looking at the angels and the people that represented death, I suppose, or maybe even life, on their tombstones and the memorials that they would have for families and people and dead
Mm,
people.
yeah.
Um, So, and I would find myself questioning back then. But then I remember, as we all do, when we're born, we're literally born of spiritual beings and we're not programmed yet. So we are a computer. But as a spiritual being, we're spiritually connected. But as soon as we come into this realm, in this avatar body, we literally are forced to see and think as we are taught by our parents and how the narrative tells us. So the sky is blue, the leaves are green, that flower's pink, and that flower's yellow. And, you know, that's a mountain, and that's a face of an angel. That's a face of Plato or Zeus or other Greek or Roman statues that we seem to have everywhere. And you just accept that. But then you go a little bit further, and those mountains, long before it was even brought up on YouTube and even before I even watched any of this or years ago, I started looking at mountains differently. And it started off actually at my sister's house. And she's got a view of a timber top mountain and a very strange mountain right next to it. And I remember sitting there in the open fireplace, beautiful spot, looking at these two mountains and saying to my sister, why is that called Timber Top Mountain? And she goes, got no idea. This is years ago. Then we would look at them more and more. And then I said, that has to be the base of a tree because it's just goes up and then flat.
Yeah.
And then right next to it is a very pointy mountain with nothing else around it. It looks
Interesting.
like a pyramid.
Mm.
But when that veil came down, every time we drive to my sister's, I see pyramid mountains everywhere. Like there is so many there, and they are definitely shaped like pyramids. So why I'm explaining this is that the programming has come off. So I'm not seeing mountains anymore. I'm not seeing weird mountains. I'm seeing them for what they are. So my point is, what are we looking at with these faces? What are we looking at with these statues and these murals? Are they who they tell us they are, or are they something totally, totally different? So who are these people?
Mm.
Where are they? Where did they come from? So let's
Good
have
question,
a
right?
look at the mural, at the statues that are on every arch in Martin's Place. And why was it called Martin's Place? Because it was named after Sir James Martin, who we had a big program about with his beautiful family and his wife, Isabella, who's very
Yep.
Indigenous looking, with their beautiful mansion in, I think it's called Clarendon on Potts
Cle-
Point.
yeah, Claydon, yeah, yeah.
And they had beautiful Sphinx statues on the going up the
Yes.
stairs. The Sphinx is there, and urns and other gorgeous statues made of apparently sandstone. And the terrace was made out of sandstone. And as you remember, in our last show, sandstone ran out in the early 1850s. And yet all
Yes.
these buildings, including Mr. Martin's Terrace, were all built after apparently they ran out. So the narrative doesn't fit, does it? So I'm just wondering, Campbell, wasn't this place not, it was apparently named after Mr. Martin because he was the governor of New South Wales 3 times. He was part of our Constitution of Federation. So he overlooked the Constitution and changed it in a lot of ways to suit the people. So he was involved heavily in the commerce and law, and he was also involved in our newspapers of New South Wales. Was Mr. Martin an original inhabitor? Was his family an original inhabitor? Because the more I think about that family and Isabella when she left Martin, she resided in a lot of well-known mansions of that time.
Mm.
And then she regretted what she did. She regretted leaving him because of, of the times or whatever the case may be. She was still in love with him. When he died, she made a monument that overlooked Sydney Cove so that when she died, she could be buried with him and they could still glaze over Sydney Cove like they did at the back of their terrace, that beautiful photo,
Mm.
looking at Clark's Island. So
Yeah. So what we're talking about 18, what, 50 before
1850s when he was meant
1850s?
to have built that terrace. That
Yeah.
house was originally built in the late 1840s to early 1850s.
Yeah.
So and just the feel of Martin's Place, I just feel that he's there in the architecture and the sculptures. I don't know. It's something that maybe
Yeah. What?
because that whole area does not fit, Campbell, in the timeline.
No, well, I mean, what does from the 1850s? Like we've shown and read about all the palaces and castles that were all around Sydney Harbour and
Yes.
the mansions of St Kilda and all the stuff in Melbourne. Like there's all this architecture construction that shouldn't be there. And like you said, with the sandstone, they didn't even have the materials for it.
No.
So clearly it was all here when Cook turned up, right?
Well, it's amazing how, and I go back to the French as well. Like we're meant to be fighting the French. We're meant to be, at war with French, and yet we have French explorers here the same time as the First Fleet arrives. We've got
Mm.
French explorers at Wilson's Promontory who named that area after a French name. I can't remember what it was now, but We've got them everywhere. And now we've got French explorers that have entered into Sydney Cove in 1819
Yep.
who are amazed at the magnificence of the city and why we build a castle for horses, and no one can explain that to them. We've got these wonderful descriptions, and even when it comes to Martin's Place and the town hall, I think it's a Queen Victoria building, and the building behind you. Does it make any sense? It makes no sense at
No.
all. And there's another French. Just wait. There is another French explorer that came in 1802.
Oh.
Now let me just find what he said. Hopefully I can find it. Sorry, I have got my little things here. Bear with me. I bet you I didn't put it in here.
I mean, there's even a book,
Oh,
isn't there, that describes the French here in
well,
the
hang
1500s,
on.
wasn't there?
Yes, and he describes. He literally says that the site of a new colony was very surprising for him because it did not present as a new colony. It presented as an older establishment, another French connection. Then we go into, and we haven't even done our statues yet, but I'm going to I need you to put the link in for the Tartarian Truther Girls. I'll mention them again.
Yes.
They did a fantastic research on the town hall. The town
Oh,
no sense. And also what makes no sense, there's
sorry.
another
Yes.
French connection, is
Well,
they found hair. Are we there?
yep, you just broke
Are
up
we
a
there?
little bit.
I know
Yep.
I've got low band today. I don't know why. Bear with me. Another French connection is when they were renovating or whatever they do. I can't remember the time. If you watch it, you'll see. They found hair from Napoleon in one of the rooms.
Hair.
His hair. It's been tested. There is a story that goes with it. So we have
And
Napoleon's hair found at the Sydney Town Hall,
Sydney
along
Town
with
Hall.
other French artifacts, along with a huge vase that was presented to Sydney in 1870 by the French for something that they put on in Sydney. Like it wasn't a World's Fair or anything. It was just it was something to decorate the French. We've got forts that are supposed to have been built to save us from the French, but yet we seem to have this really good relationship with the French.
Well,
Anyhow,
yeah. Same
things that
story as
make you
today,
go,
right? Yeah.
So this beautiful vase was presented to them, and it stands in the town hall. The town hall, I can't do it justice like the girls did. You have to watch it, but my God, it had gilded gold inlay. So there it is. So there was gold gilding in a lot of spots in that town hall, and there was a lot of things that make no sense whatsoever. And this was made out of sandstone. Later, like 1863, I think they did stage one.
After we'd run out of sandstone at the
Yeah,
quarry.
after we ran out. Yep. And that Greek, Roman.
Greco-Romano style, yeah, man.
Yes, again,
Totally. I
apparently
mean, look at
built
all the
on the original.
antiquity too, man.
It's just,
That's crazy.
it's crazy, Campbell. Crazy. And it was and apparently it was built over the original burial site of the first colonials that
Oh,
arrived. Yeah, just, So we've got no proof of any of that either. So
no.
yeah, we're going, go away now. Go away, go away.
I'll go away. You don't want me here yet?
No, not yet. No,
Sorry.
no. So we'll go back to the faces.
Oh, back to the faces.
Yes, we'll go back to Martin Square. This is all in the same area.
Okay.
So most of the post office in Martin Square, the GPO, has many arches. And on those arches, you have all these faces. And apparently the story goes, and here we go, this is the story, that every country was represented, as well as, the Indigenous people were represented. And this is how they were represented. We've even got an Indian chief up there.
An Indian chief.
Yes.
Oh, I missed that one. Must be on the next one.
So So we've got Australia. If you go up,
South America.
there's the Indian chief.
Yeah. South Australia.
So Victoria is.
She said it's a bit angry.
Yeah. Why is Victoria represented with the female face? Is that meant to be Queen Victoria? Because, and look at Western Australia and Queensland. I don't understand.
So when was this supposed to be put up?
In 1860s.
And
started.
Queen Victoria, this is going to test my knowledge, but wasn't she late 1800s, early 1900s? I'll have to check that one.
No, I think there was two. I always get that mixed up.
Well, the one that just died, that was Elizabeth.
That was Elizabeth.
Sorry. Victoria the first, and was it? Geez.
So the GPO's first stage was in 1863, and then we had the Sydney fire in 1870.
Right. Are you seeing the page that I'm looking on, or are you still seeing the faces?
I'm seeing the faces. And then in 1892, the place was named after Martin, as Martin Place.
Okay. Well, Queen Victoria, 1800s definitely, ruled from 1837 until 1900. So there you go.
So
yeah, so it could have been a representation of her if that story is true.
But they're all different.
Yeah, all different faces for each state. Yeah, okay, good point. They are all different.
So
yeah, well,
who are they? Who really are they? Because there's a lot of intricate work on those faces. They're just not.
And they don't actually, like on the faces, there's nothing that says they're from this country or continent, is there?
No, you have to make that out, I think, unless there is, I can't see anything when I've zoomed in, but there's not really great photos of the faces. It's actually really hard to find. I mean, I've put in so many searches to get the actual faces, and that's all I could find was that list.
Yeah, right.
So
but they're still there, are they?
Oh, yeah. Actually, if you want to go on, there's a Channel 9 news little report on those faces if you want to put that on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Exclusive story by Channel 9.
Yeah. So one side, before you put it on, so one side represents, all the arches represent faces of different countries. And then some of our governors, and Captain Cook apparently is there, the Queen's there, the same old of some Roman depictions of whoever they are. And then on Pitt Street side, you've got something that was very controversial. And this is what makes me question. The controversial part is that they brought an Italian sculptor over. He fell in love with the people of Sydney. He fell in love with what he saw. And so he depicted what he saw on that side of the building, and people were pissed off. And there was an 8-year court case about it because they wanted to bash those faces off the building. People doing, like, working class men, women of the time, children of the time, interaction of people in the street was totally frowned upon. They said it looked like cartoons. It was baboonish and they wanted it removed. It was an embarrassment.
And did they remove it?
No.
It's still there. Okay, so we can see it.
Yes.
So this is
So,
apart from the actual faces. This is
yes,
a different. Okay.
this is a Pitt Street part of the GPO.
All right. Well, here are the faces. Oh, there we go. So, I mean, this.
This is a Pitt side faces, and this is the character, what they were upset about. These people in the
Oh, in the
background.
background.
Yep,
Okay.
that were doing their everyday thing because he thought he loved the city and he loved the towns, the people so much he wanted to depict them in the building because the GPO is a place where people come together. The GPO is where you get your post or your telegram or whatever. So he thought it was fitting, as did apparently Barnett, who designed the building, thought it was a wonderful idea. He got sacked because of it. This is the narrative, Campbell.
Yeah, well, so this was 1850s.
18, sorry, that they were done in 18 after the Sydney fire, because there was only one section that was built, and this was done probably 1880s.
All right. I'm just looking at the people, like they look very
They
well
look,
dressed. This dude's got a mask on, I think, like he's going to a
yes, like
masquerade
a
party.
masquerade.
Yeah, this lady's, very well dressed, nice hair. Like it doesn't really represent what we're told was going on in 1860,
1880.
1880, unless they just the
And I think this is what I don't know, but maybe it's what was really happening at that time, and they couldn't. That was their cover story, a bit like the Potts Point cover story that Macquarie said they all had to be mansions of a certain size and have decorative gardens. To me, that's just a cover story.
yeah, 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 that sounds like a cover story. Sorry, I'm just trying to find another good picture. I'll stop sharing. Yeah, okay. I mean,
If
yeah.
you put that the Sydney news, the Sydney one on, Campbell, the news one, looks so dashing in front of that castle, Campbell.
All right.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
good look. You look like you're about to go. When all this is finished, that's where you'll be going after.
back to
So the artist was Tommaso Sani, Italian sculptor. But even then, it doesn't really give you an exact date. I'm just sort of putting it around the 1880 timeline.
Mm.
It just, even though you can get photos, there's not a lot. It just goes on the same loop, which seems to be happening a lot lately.
I know it's a loopy world. Yeah,
Oh, very
like
loopy.
those when I was in Venice, there was a lot of stuff very similar to that where they had a face and then like those all the other sort of stuff going on behind them, like and he was Italian, and it's very I mean it's clearly very similar themes, right? It's not
Yes.
something you would do. Oh, it's my front door, I think. It's not something you do for a new colony, right? Trying to establish itself. It doesn't.
Exactly. And when you hear of all the things that, we've got to remember that all this stuff was being brought over by ships.
Statues of royalty and generals on horseback might show one side of history, but smaller stone carvings from the 1800s rediscovered on Sydney's GPO building tell a different story. They are the everyday people of our city, captured in stone by an Italian sculptor who fell in love with Australia.
They have anonymously sat above the heads of passing Sydney-siders for close to a century and a half. But when revealed in the late 1800s, the works of Italian sculptor Tommaso Sani would be described as wretched abominations.
He carved in a way that no one else was carving, and that's what we see on Pitt Street. You won't see that on any other building, especially colonial building, throughout of Sydney.
Instead of victorious military or regal heads, or figures from mythology, Sani would carve the faces he passed, his fellow Sydney-siders.
What he saw on the street was what he saw emerging as our culture, the artists, the scientists, the post office, the banking.
Within the 4 spaces called spandrels, Sani would honour the new technology that now linked the world.
So if you look at the first one, it's probably a Morse code person taking the tape off the machine.
And also between the figures representing the sciences, the arts and the industries of the growing colony are everyday women interacting with them, be it the banker,
Passing over money to the young housewife with her little child crying at the feet.
or the postie.
Passing a letter over to this young woman who turns and flirts to him.
But when they were revealed in 1882, wedged between the unicorn and lion, they would spark an 8-year-long controversy with demands to Parliament that these petrified marionettes, as they were described, be chipped off.
He saw people really for what they are. We were now, as we said, the sheep shearer, the gold digger, the postman. Flirting was now acceptable. He saw all that and he captured all that.
Sani would never get the £800 promised, but the freezers would remain, recently refurbished as part of the Fullerton Hotel's restoration of the old GPO's exterior. And Sani would remain here from Italy as well, producing more works, such as We Won in Centennial Park, one of the park's few original works that has survived. The world's first statue honouring football, Sani recognising our early love of sport and the developing individuality of Australia.
He saw the culture changing, not looking towards the elitism anymore, and see he's carved what he saw on the streets.
Mike Dalton, 9 News.
Interesting. He saw carved naked little children, did he?
Yeah, I know. He saw some weird stuff on the street, that guy. I mean, that's an interesting one. Need to do more research, but like, are they replacements, those facades, those Stellas, or are they originals, or like who knows?
Recently rediscovered. I mean,
Like, what does that
what
mean?
does that mean,
What,
Campbell?
did no one ever look up?
That's right.
Like,
Did no one even notice?
is
So
it
when were they
about-
actually done? Because she said they were rediscovered in the late 80s, 1800s. When was this building actually built? Because none of it fits the narrative when we'll start looking into it. It really doesn't. And it gets more and more bizarre. It really does. Like, who are these people? Who are these statues we look at? You know, you've got
Yeah,
the crest on the town hall, the Sydney crest,
yeah.
which
What's
has
that?
a sailing boat in the middle of it. I'll tell you which one. It's
Okay. It's
a
interesting
sailing
too
boat.
that they've always, on their crest, the unicorn's always chained up, right?
Yes.
And the lion's not. What's that telling us? Who's in chains? Are we the unicorn people?
Well, but the lions also represented. I don't know. I get very confused, Campbell, because the lion does represent the feminine, and we have a lot of feminine representation.
Well, I suppose
It's
a
not
unicorn
discussed.
could represent the male.
Yeah.
He's got an appendage on his head. But
Where are we? We've
yeah, it's a
got.
weird one.
It is. It's a really
I
weird
think
one.
they're like, I don't know, it looks like people's, right? Like one people has chained the other. The people who have the
Yeah, I
lion
think
as
it's the
their
colony. I
symbol,
think
yeah.
we've been chained. But this actually, I'm glad you said that, because if we can find this, okay, Town Hall Sydney, strange Sydney crest, but it's actually the crest for Sydney, the coat of arms. So this will be this makes no sense either.
Oh,
Well,
this is the one that we've got the picture of.
yes.
Okay.
So this is at the top of the peak in the town hall.
Okay. So Original coat of arms.
Yep. If you can go to the next picture first.
Oh, that one or the next one?
Hang
That
on.
one.
Is there another one? That one. That's on top of the town hall. So we have a sailor man on the right, and we have an Indigenous person on the left.
Yeah.
We've got the sun representation above a sailing boat.
Yeah.
And then we have I take, but I surrender in the banner.
But I surrender. What the hell does that mean?
Well,
Someone.
how can that be the for Sydney, the crest for Sydney, the coat of arms?
That's a weird coat of arms.
And look at the work.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm trying to see if there's some kind of join that they could have replaced the middle, but it looks
In one piece.
like one piece. And this definitely looks old world, all this scrolling, right?
Yeah.
The crown on top, which we always see, and the
Even what's on top of
clamshell
the arch there. I mean,
up under here, yeah. Yeah, and look at those, yeah, the carved beams of stone.
yep.
And that's what I like about the last one, that story too. They say that he carved all those freezers, right? Like
Yes.
hand carved them all with a chisel.
Yeah,
No,
that's.
no mistakes.
I mean, we looked at the stonemasons and their equipment and how they worked.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah, they didn't have the tools to do this.
no. And
That's
to lift that up, that's right on top. So this explains it, Campbell.
okay. An Aboriginal and an 18th century British seaman. The motto is "I take, but I surrender." An interpretation published alongside the grant of arms explains this as the English landing party took possession from the Aborigine and in turn surrendered it to that growing nationality of which the settlement of Sydney was the foundation.
Makes no sense.
So they took possession. That's nice. They just took possession. I mean, it was
Yes.
how? It was never handed over, right?
And then they mock by having something like that. Is that a mockery, or, you know,
I
is it
mean,
the staff representing his spear? You know, there's a lot there to unfold, really.
yeah. And they've obviously flipped this side, right? It's like I take
Yes.
surrender. Not that they surrendered. I mean, it's not the best here. We've got lions on all the
The
usual
shells,
suspects, the
Phoenician
clams of the
shells.
Phoenicians,
Yep, the stars.
midnight. So, and this is again Phoenician, right? Came
Yep.
across the ocean to,
Take
implement the
over the
crown.
crowning.
Yeah,
Well,
the crown. And
the
we're going to
crown
use our
actually
soldiers.
represents, yes, but the crown actually represents the people. We are the crown.
Well, yes, exactly. But they're the false crown. That
Exactly.
with their
Yep.
monarchs and all that kind of stuff. I
But
mean, I
again,
don't know if that's the normal six-pointed star that we hear about on the very top,
yes.
the
But
small hats.
also, again, Campbell, like I said, we only know what we're told. So
Well,
we
exactly.
represent a crown with royalty, but we are the royalty. We are the crown. And we have
Mm,
that's the forgotten knowledge that we
mm.
have. And people look at you like, what are you talking about? But we are. So,
Yeah. So this is us, right? Because
yes,
in the end, we did surrender because we let all this crap happen, right?
exactly. And why? I want to know, there has to be symbolism here, because we've got the Indigenous man on the left and a whatever he is on the right, because to me, he doesn't even represent a soldier. He looks like a skeleton dressed up in clothing. That's
Yeah,
what
it
he looks like,
looks like,
holding his.
yeah, they live.
So why are we saying I take for the Indigenous, but I surrender?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't that be flipped?
Well, because they've flipped it, I would say.
Exactly.
They'd have to flip it, right? They take and we surrender. Like that's been the modus operandi. That's
Yes.
how we've got here, right?
Yes.
But
It,
yeah,
it,
guys, let us
it,
know if you got any insights into this coat of arms in the comments.
there actually are people that do. There is. I used to talk to a guy over in Europe. I think in Ireland, who was doing. That's how he started doing all the coats of arms for every nation, and decipher and decode them. But I've lost contact. So, but it'd be very interesting because the coat of arms and those crests are very important. I've got the coat of arms. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, on your arms.
That's my crest for my. Oh, you can't see it.
Yeah, right. I've got my crest somewhere.
Yeah. Yes, in that castle. So my parents coming from Holland, that was their crest.
Yeah, right.
You're going to get your crest out of the front door. Just look. Awesome. Yeah, see? We all, and for England for you to have an actual crest in England is a huge thing. You know that, don't you? Because they didn't give them out willy-nilly in England.
Yeah, right, yeah.
They didn't give them out willy-nilly. So,
I'm
yeah.
not willy-nilly.
Yeah.
I'm crestified, man. Got my castle behind me.
Yeah.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Oh, it's my crest is done in paper, in antique paper that was done in the 1700s. It's all been, that's what they used to do with them. They used to cut them all out and then they would put them in a frame. It's beautiful, and it has the native flowers of Holland on there as well. So they're very, very interesting, and they can be, they can get us into our ancestry.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what mine means. It's got lots of feathers or leaves or something on it.
Yeah. So people need to decode. If people are there are people out there that decode crests and that sort of thing. So it'd be very interesting. But I find that for Australia, that's the only. I have not yet seen anything that represents the Indigenous people.
Yeah. Like on as far as that Sydney one is like press and things like that. Well, yeah, like we said, the Crown's taken over, right?
Yes, absolutely. So that's a very interesting little factor there. And then we've jumped now, but we can then go to some other weird ass, or not weird ass, probably was acceptable at that time, but here we go. That's the Indian chief. Now look at the detail on that. I know it's a little bit blurry, Campbell, but we have got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 star
down the bottom here
around his neck.
Yeah, got 2 beaded necklaces.
Yep, earrings.
Pretty intricate.
And again, a crown.
Hand chiseled too, by the way.
Yes. So these faces have a lot of detail.
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, I don't know. I think they're all either poured or 3D printed or something.
Yeah. So we have the Queen. So, this is another thing. We have the dome. It's like what I've said before is when you look at, yes, they're the 2 pillars that we get told about, but also that's the male and the female. So you've got the columns of the male and you've got the dome of the female. So they represent the breast and the anatomy of the male.
I've heard this, but I mean, that's also like, the Boaz and Joachim.
Yes.
But I mean, just a little image, it looks like the Queen under the dome.
Yes, the Queen above the Cupids, the angels.
But under the dome, like the Queen of the dome, right?
Yes.
Our domain.
Of the domain. And what she got underneath her?
Angels above. Yeah. Well, they're definitely not Australian.
No, they're Roman or whatever they
big
are.
Roman, like Spartan kind of helmet.
Yeah, I've got a clearer picture. But yes. And then what have we got? We've got the lion, another crest, and we've got the chained unicorn.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, isn't it? We've got the angels, then the dome, then the Queen, then the well, I don't know, higher ups or some kind of people, then their crest, and I don't know, is that the
chain?
two
You can see the chain.
Yeah,
unicorn.
It's got big chains on this one, right? You can see it going down there.
And there's another crest in the middle of that as well.
Yeah,
and the
it's
crown.
hard to see that one, but
So my my head goes also, like I keep saying, we are just told what this is. We're programmed. When I see those, you've got the Queen and you see these Roman or Greek figures underneath. I haven't really studied it yet, but I keep getting told in the comments, and excuse me, I don't know my Greek history because, like I keep saying, I have a mental blockage when it comes to Greek mythology, Greek history, Roman history, Egyptian history, all that. Always have. And I can't, I have tried and I have tried. I've even discussed it with Guy. I cannot get my head around it, even though I was brought up with my mother, who's a philosophy teacher, and she teaches mythology, Greek, and that's her specialty, Greek mythology, Roman, Egyptian, all that stuff. And it was drummed into me as a child, not as a child, but when I was older. And just like the classical music was drummed into me, Campbell. I was brought up on classical music. And every time classical music would come up, my mother would say, "And who's this composer, Paula?" But anyhow, so the classics have been in my family. But do you think I cannot study them. I cannot research them. Give me Australian history, or give me, like, I think even Indian history, Chinese history, any New Zealand, doesn't matter. I think I could get my teeth right into it. But when it comes to that, I think I've got a mental block because it's programming. And I've had comments on previous programs, and people have said, you do realise that Greece was only named Greece in the in 1800s. In the 1800s.
Yeah.
Before, they were Mesopotamians and there were other people from other countries. It was never Greece.
That's
and
true.
The Greeks were never Greek. That was something that came in the from 1800s. And I've gone, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Well, how does that work? So why are we saying that's Greek building, or that's Greek mythology, or why are we saying that's Roman, columns or Greek columns? Because it was the same thing. They were roaming people. They weren't Romans. They weren't.
The Romans. Yeah, they were Roman.
Buildings.
Roaming around the world. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
It's
just
goes back.
all roads lead to Rome. I mean,
It wasn't Rome.
They're just the two countries that they, because we see that stuff everywhere now, right? Like we just looked at it in Sydney. So they're just the two countries that they push as that's their culture. Just like Egypt, they say that's where the pyramids are, but we know they're all around the world.
Exactly.
Right?
And the Egyptians weren't the original Egyptians for those buildings.
No,
That's
definitely.
the programming.
Venice, that's where the canals are, but we know there's canals in cities everywhere, right? So this is how they what's the word?
They group it together.
Compartmentalize. Like they break everything into little sections. Like this is Rome, this is blah blah blah.
Yes.
Where it's everywhere.
So they can control the narrative, and they can control the historical history that we're given, because we package it all in a little box. It's easier to control.
Yeah.
So when you look at it that way, you cannot. If that was only 1800, then it's no wonder that we have so much representation of these statues in tokens and gear that we think are Greek, being all still in our centuries.
Yeah.
Why our statues still wear tokens, and we've got the reef around our heads, and we're Zeus or Plato or whatever we are. Because why would we have statues of things that's not where we live, and they're meant to be over 2,000 years old? Why? Same in America. Why are the presidents still in Roman or Greek outfits? Because it's very hard to distinguish the two, because of clothing. They're all those toga things or sheets put over them. So no wonder it's more into our timeline, because it wasn't our timeline.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think it's representing the past culture. It has to be, right? Because we've got it everywhere in statues, and a lot of old statues. So yeah, I mean, everything's been just rewritten, right? Like, because all the stuff we have, of all the different. I mean, it looks like there was different clothing. We have the big ball dresses and that, and the suits and that, but maybe togas were worn by
But they
the
went
wise
in
people
that.
or a certain type of person, and that's the ones that, they were spreading knowledge, maybe, right? The gnosis. And
Yeah.
so they were the ones that were immortalized.
Yes. Or fit their narrative, as
Mm,
we've been shown time and time again. But they're
mm,
not depicted in ball gowns or anything in these statues. And that's what fascinates me about Martin's Place and these statues and the sculptures there, because we have a real, to some extent, real interpretation of supposedly the people there. But then when you look closer, it can't be either.
yeah.
So, yeah, we just don't know, do we?
No, man, it's all a story. His story, right? We don't know the dates. We
Yeah.
don't know, I mean,
Well, you know that.
I was going to say, look at
No.
Australia. You've gone back to like
And that,
1500s with other people being here, right? Like,
oh, I think even earlier.
oh, I don't think it ever stopped. I think it might have been lost maybe post reset for a few decades. That's when it became terra
Yep.
incognito, right? The one because they hadn't been back. And then, yeah, they just came and found it and took over basically.
Yep.
And I guess if it's post reset, then there would have been split, there would have been weakened, and maybe there were people who'd
Yep.
taken control who sold out to the invaders, right, to get a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we've had a major shift in empire, that's for sure. If you call an empire, a major shift,
Yeah, yeah, and they're trying to do it again
really.
right
Even the
now at the
whole,
moment, right? They're trying to shift.
yeah,
Clearly, they're trying to shift the crown out of the UK. I mean, look what they're doing to the UK, right? Um,
yes,
that it's even Rome, like Italy's pretty bad. Like, so they're doing power shifting at the moment with all,
yep,
same old
yep.
story.
So this whole Tartaria empire that was everywhere. I've even found a map that calls the Great Wall of China the Great Wall of Tartaria.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, clearly because the what are they called? The parapets, the bits where you sit up and defend, they're on the wrong side of the wall.
Yes, that's right, exactly. And that on the same map, you've actually got depictions of monsters.
Yes,
Mm,
monsters. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So
That's a whole nother rabbit hole.
that's
That
a
one.
whole nother rabbit hole, isn't it? So going back to the GPO Campbell, apparently they had to do that in stages because for the first 5 years of stage one, there was lack of labour. The labour shortage was huge, and they had a lot of difficulty laying the foundation stone.
Well, there you
Another
go.
story, I think. Another
Mm.
story, Campbell, most definitely. So, can we just close up a little bit on that with Mr. Martin's beautiful terrace photo?
His terrace photo. Have I got that here? Um,
Yep.
you sent it
Hang on a minute.
today.
I will.
Oh yeah, Martin Place
Yeah. Hang
GPO
on.
faces. No. Landscape photos. There they are.
Actually, can you go to Queen? Hang on. Before we do that, can you
Queen
go to the Queen
Victoria.
Victoria statues? Yep. Because we
Okay,
haven't actually finished yet.
we haven't.
Sorry, peoples.
All right. Victoria. What was she victorious over, you reckon?
So we've got this one, which we were just looking at before I broke all up and went all in my voice. So we do have whatever we think is Roman or Greek depicted underneath the Queen of Victoria with a reef again. Is that a victory reef? And there's
Oh,
something
there it
else you'll
is.
notice in these statues that Queen Victoria likes to hold a orb
Yes.
in one hand.
The holy hand grenade. Oh, that's just an orb. Doesn't look like it's got the cross on it.
Yep.
And
And we do
the
have the
rod, the
staff
staff.
or the
Yeah, yeah.
wand.
Yep.
Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small.
Yep.
Same as the orb.
They love their balls,
So
those people. Oh,
she looks very masculine there, doesn't she? So, okay. So then we have,
yeah, she does. She looks like Winston Churchill or something. I don't know.
she looks
That
very
Asian boy.
masculine. Yeah. Here we have Queen Victoria in Ireland, in Dublin. Have a look at Dublin in that time.
Yeah, wow. Look at this. Yeah.
And the statue again, what do we got down the bottom here? You know,
What
what does
is?
that represent?
I don't know. What is it? It's a bit hard to see. It looks like a lady
It's
behind a
like a man
man.
and a woman sitting
Yeah.
underneath him, like partially
Yeah.
clothed. We've got a big lot of fruit and
Yeah.
above them.
Then
And
we
then we
have
have
the
the good old
seashell
queen above that.
nations.
Yeah,
And then the
seashell
queen.
again.
And
And
again,
then we have
they look
something else
kind of,
as a
are
statue.
they different colors? Like, are they add-ons at a later date, or because a lot of these pillars that they sit on, um, the statues look too small a lot of the time, don't they? Have you noticed that?
Yes, yes. And they'd probably be bronze too, but have a look at the size of them compared to the people though.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, exactly right. There's a
And
person.
we are doing solid bronze. Again, we have to lift that.
Yeah, you have to get it up there, right?
So we've got more statues
I
up on
mean,
the building on the right as well.
we couldn't cast a statue like that today, probably. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, we've got some more
So the
statues
story
up
goes
there.
that Dublin adored the Queen around this time, so they built this amazing tribute to her. And then they got the shits with her and didn't want to have anything to do with her anymore. So they transported that statue to guess where? Around
Martin
into the
Place
centre
in
of Sydney.
Sydney.
So if you go back to, hang on, don't go to her yet. Go to, there should be the one.
That one?
There she is. That's the one that came from Dublin.
No way.
So again, we have the orb in that hand, and a staff in the other, or a wand.
Yeah, the holy hand grenade. What's that called? The Orbis Crucifix or something? Crucifix Orbis, something like that. And the rod of power.
Mm.
So I mean, people.
So that
She
stands
was
out.
German, right? Like Victoria
Yes,
from Germany could hardly speak English, and no, I heard that no one liked her from the beginning, and she couldn't walk down the road because people would throw rotten fruit and stuff at her. That's
yeah.
what I heard,
So,
but
again, I keep going back to the name stealers.
yeah,
I call them the name stealers. They kill and then take someone's name, but we won't name the names of the names.
yeah. Well, I mean, you can take that back to Vlad the Impaler, right? Was it Vlad?
Mm.
No, what are those Zionist people called?
Oh, they start with a K.
Khazarians, yeah, the
Yes,
Khazarians.
the
Yeah,
Khazarians
they
who
used
were
to kidnap people coming through their territory and steal their name and go out and
murder them.
yeah, murder them and steal all their stuff, steal their name and go and get like loans on their name so they didn't have to pay
Yes,
them back. So
yes,
they were literally the original, yeah, name stealers.
yep. So there we have the lovely lady. There she is again.
That's a better picture. Oh my God, look at the work
I
in
know,
the
Campbell.
background here.
It's
That is
unbelievable.
insane. Massive chains there on the unicorn.
Yep.
And is that lion wearing a crown of some
Crown.
kind? Looks like it, doesn't it? We've got the crown
And we've got
here.
another crown in the centre. We've got the old crown. See the crest? We've got that in Melbourne too. We've got another lion above that crown.
Yeah.
There's so much
Oh,
in the
yeah.
picture.
Yeah. Well, even this in the background, the
Yep, that's the
cross.
Celtic.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
It
the
goes back
Celtic
to the
one?
Orelinda book as well. Yeah. It's
Yes.
it's yeah. It's kind of like the swastika, I guess. I think it represents the heavens, right?
Yes.
Four cardinal points. I mean, these little flower sort of things you can see, they are everywhere, always on
Yes.
the inside of these domes. So I don't know, has that been put
What
there, you reckon? Or like you reckon that's original? Or did they just put Victoria there? Man,
I personally, it's a different colouring again
it
to the
is,
bottom
isn't it?
part,
It's
Campbell.
whiter, yeah.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
much more orange, and so is the
Yep.
behind.
But the question again, and I say it every time, why do we put so much detail into something that people can't see?
Yeah, well, I mean, we just heard that they lost all the stuff, all the faces in Martin Place because people didn't look up, apparently.
Yes. So we've got a date here, Campbell,
Yeah, yeah, 1833. Interesting year.
or
Oh, is it
1883, depends on
83?
how you look at
Sorry.
it.
Yeah, 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 okay. No, it is eight because they've angled that three.
So
1883.
did we add that in?
Well, that would be easy to add, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, it would.
And I mean, the front of this stone here, could just be the light. It looks like it's a lighter color, doesn't it, than
Yeah.
these other ones?
Yeah. It's more carved,
And that's all they have to do. It's
indented.
just like the photos. On the photos, they write a date. On buildings, they, just stamp it there, right?
Yep. But the amount of work, I mean,
It's just
we're
insane.
talking about a new colony. We're talking about, we don't have our own industries that are going to produce the amount of money that this requires.
Oh,
The
yeah.
amount of time, the amount of money, the amount of work, the amount of labour. And I just read that even the GPO, because I think this is from the town, this is actually the town hall, I
Town
think this
hall,
is
yeah.
from. So GPO couldn't do anything in the 1870s, mid 1870s when it started because it took 5 years because there was a labour shortage.
But we were
So
just whacking up these
there's
buildings,
labour
right?
shortages, and they had trouble getting the foundations because they were getting the foundation from Tasmania. So we've got shipping problems. We've got, we're exporting everything. How are we transporting this from bloody Europe and Ireland and England? The weight of these bronze statues.
Yeah.
What are is the hull of these boats frigging made out of metal?
Well, they
I
possibly
don't
could have
know.
been, but yeah, not in the narrative. But I mean, just the fact that they didn't have the labor, they didn't have the skilled labor, they didn't have the infrastructure to actually, or the money, apparently, until the gold rush, right? To build
Yes.
all this stuff. But
Yes.
at the same time, they're building these massive buildings, according to the narrative, and then knocking them over 10 years later,
Yes.
right? While they're trying to establish a country. It just makes no sense at all, any of it.
No,
It's
none of it. And have a look
stupidness.
at the Queen here. She's not holding her rod, she's pointing her rod at the people and holding her orb again.
Mm, with her crown. Is this all some kind of tech?
Yes. Now, I know I've mentioned it a few times, but when she died when they had the ceremony at the cathedral, they broke her staff and placed it on her coffin.
Ah,
It was very interesting the way they did it.
yeah. I mean, the way she's holding is very interesting, right? They again, it's just words and what they program us with. Like they tell us this is a staff or a rod, but not a wand, right? It's definitely not a wand of
Yes.
any kind. That because they're just imaginary, right? From make believe. But I mean, it looks very antiquitech. I
A
mean,
lie.
what does this thing do? The old
Exactly.
holy hand grenade. Are they somehow amplifying the natural energy in the body? And
It reminds me of the priests when they go and do the incense in the church.
oh yeah,
It reminds me a little bit of that.
okay.
But that's a priest. A priest is only meant to do that, not a queen.
No, well, Queen can
Well, as
apparently
we're
do
led
whatever
to
she
believe,
wants.
yeah, or not when it came to the church.
No, well, yes, apparently.
So
But and also, just
there's
as a side note, why was she put in New South Wales and not Victoria? She is Queen Victoria, right?
exactly.
Very
That's
strange.
exactly right. So we have there's lots more in Sydney. You've got you've got the fountains. You've got a little sculpture of James Martin in Martin Square as a little boy when he was. Remember the story where he would walk for ages to go to the college because he wanted to be something. I mean, the story is just it's reads like a fairy tale story. So, and we've got a lot of Greek representation again in some of the fountains in Sydney, mythology. St Mary's Church is a whopper that I can't even comprehend where that. Oh, really? St Mary's Church for the Catholics was, yeah, it's a story within itself. So we have all these unusual statues, and then we're going to finish off now with Mr. Martin.
So that's him as a boy, Mr. Martin, is it?
Yep, that's Mr. Martin as he walked to school
As he walked to school.
when he was, and when he was became a young journalist in the local newspaper.
Nice.
Would you not represent him? I don't get that statue because I would represent him as an older person, maybe as the governor, like he meant to be the governor.
It looks like a school
times.
kid. And I mean, who was watching him walk to school as a school kid so they could make that statue of him? I mean, that's, silly.
It makes and who even knows about James Martin at the end of the day?
No, it's not taught in school, as part of Australian history, is it?
So I came across this when I was looking at the statues, Campbell, and it was under the heading of Lost Mansions of Sydney. And all it was demolished.
Of course.
That's all it had. Got I couldn't find anything on it. And then you've got, the group of people again sitting in front of this amazing property. And you've got, like you keep saying, the rickety old fence there.
Yeah.
You've got the Norfolk pines, which take a long time to get to that point.
Yeah, that's pretty tall, yeah.
And then you've got a very strange little, I don't even know what it is on the right-hand side, Campbell.
On the right-hand side.
Far right.
This little house.
No, the side. Keep going. Yeah, what is this? Oh, that round, looks like a Tesla post. No, keep going across. No, the other way.
The other way, hang on.
No, not that way. Right across the other side.
Oh, there.
To the
that thing.
What is that?
It's a good question. What is that? Jeez. Yeah. Nice spot.
It doesn't fit the turrets or anything like that. What is that?
Free energy. I mean, look at these tops here, man. It's crazy. So I mean, it's some
and
kind
again,
of thing, right?
Yeah, Moorish. Look at the Moorish finishes on this building.
Yeah, the archways. Oh, they're pretty not Moorish actually, but yeah, well,
those archways look very Moorish.
Yeah, I mean that
definitely Moorish influence there.
And
the Dutch.
The Dutch, yeah, you can't see
that little cottage with its frills around the
yeah.
top. That
Yeah,
one,
well, I mean, what we call
that's
Dutch, right?
Dutch.
Yeah, that's, yeah, what we're told
Yes,
Dutch. I think it's just some kind of machine that's just part of the machine, right? There it is behind me.
yeah,
Yeah, so
it's
this is
it is
all,
magnificent.
that's crazy, right? I mean, there's castles everywhere in Australia. It's really quite silly.
It is.
Where are we up to?
So if you go to James Martin's landscape photo,
Oh, yeah.
I'll finish Sydney off there.
All right. So this is James and Isabella enjoying their favorite view of
Yep,
Russell
over to
Island,
Clark's Island.
Clark's Island, not Russell.
But it just it feel like he doesn't look to me.
Oh, you're breaking up again there. But go again. Oh,
Of
no.
that lady statue.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
how magnificent would that place have been?
yeah. And what's this got to do with Australia at all? This, like you said, this statue. And I mean, these, whatever they are, vase-looking things, they're everywhere on top of buildings.
Yep, on
And look,
buildings.
it's built
Yep.
right on the top of the cliff. Like that's wouldn't have been an easy build, right?
No, definitely not. Not
And
at that
of
time.
course, the backyard, right? I mean, look at this thing.
It's just so it feels like Martin's place. I feel like he's had something to do with that place, not just in respect to, being named in his honour.
Yeah,
I think it just has his feeling when you look at this building again.
yeah. And all these ladies look kind of dark
Is it
skinned,
my
don't
imagination?
they?
Yes. Is it my imagination, or do they? It must be because they're close. There is someone actually right behind Isabella. There is another person behind. Yeah, Isabella, right there, a
It
child.
looks like they're wearing a mask. Is that the face?
Yeah.
It does.
Such a shame. It's so blurry.
Yeah, I know, right? No doubt by design, because
So blurry.
some of the old photos have got, better contrast than today's images. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is it, right? Sydney,
Yes.
1850s, man. This what was going on.
Oh,
Not
just blows me away.
not swag man wandering around aimlessly and, people
In a
building
grass hut.
bark huts to live in. It's so yeah, I mean, these to me definitely look like they were here already, right?
Yes,
And they're
I
the
think they were the original
yeah,
inhabitants. It just feels like they are
yeah, for sure.
most definitely. And I wanted to finish on that for Sydney on that point, because I think it's important. I think they were an important family, and we don't even realise.
Mm. Yeah, well, they only tell us about, the politicians and those architects that win prizes and design half
Yes,
the city. Like we don't. They've covered up the story clearly. They just haven't done a good enough job of deleting all the evidence, I guess.
yeah, absolutely. So
Nice.
we'll quickly go. How long have we been going for, Campbell?
It's about an
Oh,
hour and a half.
oh, we're doing well. So if
Yeah.
we go to Prell building in Melbourne now, we're leaving Sydney. Bye, darling. Had fun. There's so much to look at in Sydney and New South Wales. You're a fascinating place. Blue Mountains. Oh my God.
Yeah, Blue Mountains, yes. Wow. There's a
The
lot going on in the
tunnels.
Blue Mountains, man.
Oh,
There's
Oh,
aqueducts
yes.
out there. Where am I? So I'm driving this thing. Here we go.
So I just want you to look at Prell or buildings, which again was built in the 1880s. And, or the pools, like it was called the pools, or Prell, P-R-E-L-L.
Oh,
It
it's a
was
mud
one of the biggest
flutter.
buildings in its time. Yeah, it's a mud flood. Absolutely.
Right.
And again, who are the faces? There is a better one. I've got a one from Trove. The faces. I mean, again, are they Roman, what we are being told as Roman faces or Greek faces again? Why would they be looking over Melbourne?
Yeah, right. That's a good point. Why
And
would
how we
they?
get them up there without dropping them? They wouldn't have been light.
No, well, they probably just hung off the building and carved them with their chisels. Don't you
Yeah,
reckon?
well, they'd be up there, exactly. Yeah,
Uh,
hanging off like you see the Empire Building, and then on the little bit of plank, and they're just free falling, not actually for freeing, not free
is
falling,
it
but
is it the same as the Colonial
standing.
Mutual building, or is that different?
No, 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 no,
I've only got
no.
like I've
That's
got
different
more
again.
Prell. Did I?
More Prell Building, yeah, that one. I think you'll get a clearer picture.
I think that's the one I've already got. Lions of Melbourne Shrine.
So you've got Prell Building Melbourne from Paula, and then you've got more Prell Building. It's the next one above it.
Okay, one sec. Prell. Understand. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. That's a link. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a link to a trove. You'll love it if you look through that one.
Okay.
You know, when we're finished, have a look through those photos, Campbell. They are so clear. Melbourne has some very
Prell
interesting
building.
statues and
No,
things as well.
where is it? I've got so many pages open, I can't find it. Um, is that it?
I
Screen?
love it.
Hang on. What does it look like?
Do you get flustered? Because I'd be flustered by now. I'd be pouring with sweat. I'd be so flustered. That's why I can't do this sort of thing. There we go. So if you click on that,
Oh, yeah, they are
yeah.
photos. Oh, yeah,
So
sorry. No, not that
what
one.
are these? If you go on the big one, yeah,
How do I? Oh, there.
go on the blue square on the right.
Okay. Just move us out the way. All right. I mean, and look at all the symmetry too. Like, look at this.
Exactly.
And that's weird, right? Why would they have triangles, two triangles, and then these and they're spaced further apart, right? Probably because it's
Yep.
a machine. What's okay? And even the top is
They're
separate.
massive
That's
buildings. They're over
interesting.
9 stories high.
Yeah, see how that's separated the top right at the point where they
Yes.
change from
Yep.
triangles to arches. Interesting. Yeah, okay.
That's
Greek,
interesting.
Spartan, weird non-Australian faces. And they would be
Yeah.
huge,
Who are
right?
they?
Look at the size compared to the building.
And
They're
huge.
massive.
That's not a small building. Like I said, it's 9 stories high.
Yeah. And what's below. And then all done by these people, right? With dirt roads and dodgy
Yeah,
bloody.
horse and cart. So they're saying this is 1897, Campbell. So what tells them it's 1897? The electricity poles. That's it. Really.
Okay.
Because it's still horse and cart.
Mm. Yeah, well, I mean, all we can just take, well, that's all we've got is the dates they put on it, right?
Yeah, have a look at the sky. See how it's cut out right along the back there. They're clear though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty good, but yeah, looks like they might have whited out the sky. They went in a bit too much there. What's that? Stain. Yeah, vanilla skies again, right? It's always vanilla skies, man.
Look how it's cut. Go down, you'll see it definitely where that pole is. They did a nice job of going around the sculptures, eh?
Yeah,
Beautiful building. Beautiful building.
yeah, it's cool. It's an interesting one, but that's gone. I'm guessing they've knocked that over.
Oh, yeah, they knocked that over.
Same story, which
Oh, yeah.
which just doesn't make sense. Why are they building stuff like this just to knock it over at the like 1898? So this is what in their narrative it would be 50 years at the most.
Yep. I think
They've
they pulled
already
it,
outlived it.
I think the 1830s or 40s.
Oh,
I mean, just to pull something like that down, Campbell.
yeah, yeah, right.
Oh, you're going to have, you can
So
have a
there's lots
look if you
of.
want. Now, there we've got the Australian building.
Oh, okay, that's
Now,
definitely been.
what part of that looks Australian?
They didn't do as good a job cutting this one out. Look, this is just sitting up
No.
by in the air by itself. Yeah, oh God, that's a bad cutout. You can see, right?
Like if you told me that was in Germany and they bombed it in World War II, I'd believe you.
Mm. Look at the size of this light. Is it a light?
Yeah.
I think it is. Like that's the person's head down there. And we got trams. Oh, is that paved? Oh, yeah, it is. Paved streets.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep. Yeah.
All
Remember,
right.
someone said that there was bricked underneath and paved, and they've put the tar over the top.
Jeez. All right. Well, we won't go
Again,
through all of this. I'll leave the link
something.
below for everyone to have a look at. But look at this
Yeah,
one.
leave a link. Because there's the oh my god, the Federal Palace.
Oh, is that
My
the Coffee
god,
Palace?
have a
Yeah.
look at that.
That thing was
That's the Coffee Palace.
crazy. It literally, like the
I
story
mean,
is, it's a big cafe that they built when um people didn't used to drink alcohol, wasn't it, or something, or they were push
yeah,
trying
they weren't allowed
to
to drink alcohol,
weren't
but
allowed
it
to
was
drink it.
a
So they built
major
this
hotel.
with like
Again, look at the detail above.
it's just insane. What are they, lions?
Again, lions.
Yeah, lions. I mean, even just around these portal windows, right? Which it looks like that's a wreath. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just everything,
Now
right?
imagine getting glass for that. We didn't get glass until the 1920s as an industry.
Come on, they were building 5 millimeter thick glass in 1850 for the Crystal Palace, didn't you hear?
Exactly. And have a look at the street.
Yeah, look at that mudflood and dirt roads, complete with
Yep.
horse poop. And that just in
Yep.
the middle of the
The
street,
tar.
we've just got random like lights and I don't know, that probably used to be a fountain that they cut off or something. Just random. But that's yeah, that place is crazy. The Coffee Palace. All right. I'll stop looking. We'll share that link below if you want to look at it. Maybe I'll do a video on it.
Yeah, please do because it's fantastic.
Mm.
So we did that one. Now we'll go to, I want to do it quickly because we could talk about, I mean, the Colonial Mutual Building is one I have to do a whole section on,
All right.
but that was demolished in the 1850s or 1860s. Oh, sorry, 1950s, 1960s. Now, this is in the University of Melbourne. This is what sat at the entrance of the Colonial Mutual Building. It represents apparently a woman with a mother and child and protecting them and giving them support. That's what it's supposed to represent. And that's what Colonial Mutual Life Building, that's what their values were.
Oh, and they've got a baby there too. Okay, so I mean, Colonial Mutual's still around,
No, it was
aren't
taken
they?
down in the 1960s
No, but
by Will and the
the
Wrecker.
corporation is still there, isn't it? Colonial
Yes.
Mutual, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wheel and the Wrecker. I mean, look at this work. Not
Look
to
at
be
the
to be
detail.
rude, but look at the detail. Yeah, of the shirt has it, and the shawl down here. It's
Yep.
crazy. Even this like suit, the way that the jacket's out there, like
The creases.
crazy. Even her mangled toes, like. And then, of course,
The
on the
shoes,
front,
the shoelaces.
this is clearly added later, whatever this plaque says. They've just whacked it on the front,
Yes.
which is what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
And when you see how high it was,
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
it
look at
is.
that
That's
doorway,
Colonial
man.
Mutual Building. Yep.
I mean,
Look
look at
how
this.
little the people are.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's not even halfway up this
The
door,
story,
and that's the entrance.
the story of that building was all marble inside, Campbell.
It was all
Floors of
marble.
marble. Everything was marble. Yep. I'll tell you a story about this one quickly, but I have to do a whole thing on Colonial Mutual Building. When Wheel and the Wrecker quoted to demolish this building, it just nearly destroyed him. He
Ah,
wasn't expecting what happened when he started demolishing it. It got thicker and more solid, more granite as they went up.
as I went up.
Yes. As they
That's
went up, the
interesting.
granite was heavier and more solid. And it took him 2 years longer to bring it down than he quoted. And it literally nearly sent Will and the Wrecker apparently bankrupt. He was not prepared for the strength, because that building apparently was meant to be built to withstand wars and be there for 1,000 years. That's the narrative.
Yeah,
To
well, I
last
mean,
forever.
look at these columns. They're
Yep.
ginormous. And it's
Look at the
interesting, like,
foundation.
see this scroll at the top? It almost looks so, I haven't really seen it like that before. Looks like it's capping the column
The
to join it to
Yep.
this, right? Like
Yep.
it's architectural as well as yeah, right. I mean that's
Have a look at the base. Look at the base of it, Campbell. The foundation
yeah, I
stones.
know,
They are
right?
huge.
Yeah. Like
And
what
if
again
anyone
this is
goes
very
to the exhibition buildings in Melbourne and you sit on a big piece of granite, that is part of foundation stone.
oh
So that's how
really?
big she was. Yes. So there's a whole section with their historical trail walk in Melbourne. Outside the exhibition buildings in the park area, you will see the columns, the granite that they used, the polishing, how they polished, and you'll see all sorts of parts of the Colonial Mutual building just sitting there. And when I asked, there was a man sitting on one of the pink granite foundation stones, and I said to him, "Do you know what you're sitting on?" And he said, "Oh, I don't know. It's a park seat, isn't it?" And I went, "That's actually pink granite from the Colonial Mutual Life building of the 1800s." And he went, "Oh, really? I didn't know that." And it's the most fascinating. I actually got photos of them. It's amazing to see. You actually stand there and see how big those columns were, Campbell.
Mm,
And the
yeah.
decorative parts, they're right there. And you look at them and you think, how can they do that in one piece? It's
It's
mind-blowing.
I know, and the whole fact that they built it, you know, apparently in the 1850s, and then when they went to tear it down, they clearly didn't have the schematics or the design or any of the anything on it to because what the wreckers found was completely not what they expected.
No. Definitely
So there was
not.
clearly no information he could go through to say it was built out of this and this is how much stuff's in there, blah, blah, blah. This is what it's going to take to knock it down because they didn't know
No,
because they didn't build it.
they didn't know, and that's exactly what he was up against. If you get that book, Will and the Wrecker book, he says that. He
Mm.
can't even go and get the actual drawings or anything to see what he's up against. Now, this is the Colonial Bank.
Look at these people.
Again, the entrance of that is the entrance to the car park of the Melbourne University.
What, this is now a car park.
No, the entrance, these two, you can't make them out, but they're the entrance of that building after it was demolished. That part was taken to the Melbourne
Oh,
University, and it's now the entrance of the Melbourne University car park.
yeah, what?
Yeah. How
Wow.
beautiful is this bank?
I know. And massive. Look how big this first story is. It's like
Yep.
4 people tall. What's that, 20
Yep.
foot at least? 25 to 30 foot?
So why do we need to build things like that? We're only a new colony. We're only, yeah, we say it again and again. It makes no
Yeah,
sense.
same thing.
But
Got
the
the balls, got the
decorative,
antennas, yeah, got the balustrades,
yeah,
got the portal with the wreath around it, got the columns, got the porticos, got the arches. It's just all the same. And
it's
it's
just
massive.
beautiful.
Like, yeah, man, whoever was running Melbourne was not making good decisions. Oh, okay, is this the car park?
Yep.
So
That's the two and the arch. They've made
that
it
arch, is
shorter.
it?
They have renovated it, Campbell,
So that's
to
the
fit.
bottom arch there. We've got the wreath. Oh, and they're those Phoenician people that don't have legs. They turn into like
Yes.
obelisks or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Where the mermans.
Oh, okay. So
So
that's
that arch
why
hasn't been
that's them
included. I
there.
think they've just, yeah, they've
Yeah,
taken
or
the arch
they've
off.
shortened it or something. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Geez, so well, it shows you how big it is too, right?
Well, there is a person right there. I think, is that a person? No, this is
Oh,
the building again. This is in the
okay.
1920s, but I think there's a person sitting. Well, no, maybe not.
No, maybe. And this is
That,
1930s.
yeah, 1920, 1930.
So they took that out. That's just crazy.
Yep.
Ah, they love to, show their spoils of war, don't they? Like they destroy stuff and they just leave it around for us to see.
Absolutely. So the colonial building, that one there is 1880. The original was in 1856, and they pulled it down. It was originally the Imperial Hotel. They pulled it down and replaced it in 1880 to put the Colonial Bank there, and then they demolished it in 1932.
Mm. Ripping through
The
buildings.
colonial, hey,
Ripping through the buildings.
yeah. And then the Colonial Life Mutual building that we were looking at, 316 Collins Street, was built apparently in 1893, was 43 metres tall. The foundation blocks and granite, some weighing up to over 10,000 kilos.
Yeah, right. 10 ton. That's a lot.
So there was, with the Corinthian columns, the entrance. So, yeah, so it was demolished in the 50s. So this one here is from the Victorian Melbourne Town Hall, or Parliament House, sorry.
Um, uh,
So, if you want to read that, go for it.
Metal lines were installed in the forecourt in the early 1860s. Metal. Positioned at the top of the central stairs, and were removed in January 1925 due to their dilapidated state. They had been bought by Sir Redmond Barry in London in 1862. Trustees of the Melbourne Public Library gave the lions to the Royal Zoo in February 1925. There is no record in the zoo archives of where they were displayed or what became of them. Anecdotal reports suggest that they were discarded during the big cleanup in the
During a
1960s.
cleanup. Oh,
What?
God.
So why would
Oh,
they
yeah, we'll
remove
just pick
them?
them up and throw them out. We don't need them.
They don't look dilapidated, do they? Looks fine.
No, they don't, Campbell.
And look at the
They
tool.
don't look dilapidated
Look
at
at the
all.
tools they're using to get rid of it. But we're supposed to believe that they made it. Like they go, come on, guys, try harder. Okay, so this
Yes.
is
That's the original.
so
That's where they were in a foyer,
they were
apparently.
inside. Yeah, right. Okay,
But they
interesting.
almost look oriental there, don't they?
Yeah, they do a bit. Yeah, the faces when they get that human. I mean, look at all these statues, completely Greek. Got a discus thrower,
Yes.
or
Yep.
whatever Greek is, right?
Exactly. What is it? And why are we worshipping it? And
Yeah,
do you know
well,
we have the biggest population of Greek people in Victoria to Greece?
yeah.
They're
And
commemorated everywhere.
yeah. In Melbourne, they're everywhere, right? Um, and they
Yeah,
still have their lines and their columns and their little balustrades, but yeah, like is that literally the Tartarians, or at least some kind of class of Tartarians, teachers or
absolutely.
something, the wise people.
Yep.
It's another picture of the lion. It's an interesting line down there. Is that made in sections?
Yes, might be cracked.
They're fading down, so they just lost them.
Yeah. They're just beautiful. Here we
Statue
are.
of Joan of
Outside.
Arc outside.
Yep.
Oh,
In
there
the
on the.
library.
And again, that could be a statue of anyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just name it Joan of Arc.
Absolutely. And this is the public library.
Wow. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Like,
Yes.
what's happened here? Is
It's been
this,
removed.
yeah, has it been removed or is this how they found it? It looks like it's been removed, right? Because you can see all the brickwork and over here it's still covered. Right. So they've taken something off, especially down there.
Mm-hmm.
The rebranding.
There's the
Oh, and there's the
lions.
lions.
Yep, taken out of the foyer that we saw and put at the entrance. Look at the
How?
size of that door, Campbell,
The what?
compared to the little people.
The door. Yeah. And even this gate looks kind of original, doesn't it? But this fence
Yes.
doesn't. Like
Yep.
just next to like a picket fence, you can see the tops of these, how ornate they are, and then these are just nothing.
Yep.
Crazy dirt roads. Wow,
That's a
that's a
great.
big
What's that?
building. That's a big
It
bloody.
is a very big building.
All
There's the
right.
man in his top hat.
Yes. The controller.
The controller.
Getting his
So
fair
this
opportunity.
apparently it was built in stages, starting in 1856. That golden number. The first stage was finished 11 months later, which was the legislative chambers made of bluestone. And gold leaf was chosen to decorate the grand chamber. In 1861, the library was added. Freestone from Bacchus Marsh and Tasmania were used for the library and was also painted and decorated in gold leaf in 1882. In 1879, the Grand Hall was completed. And then the 1888, the front part of the facade. So,
Crazy.
I don't know why they bother giving us all this narrative, to tell you the truth. Why don't they just say, oh, it was built from this time to this time? What?
Well, you know,
I don't
they
understand.
want us confused.
Absolutely,
And
they want us confused.
it seems all very AI, doesn't it, now that we know what AI is? Because the stories are so similar. Like we
Yep.
laugh about it all the time about the art, the architectural competitions and
Yep.
they were built in a year and then knocked over 10 years later and all this there's so many similarities.
All over the world. It's the same narrative all over the world and the same names. Everything gets reused and reused. There's actually a guy on Facebook that has written some books, and he talks about the AI rewriting of history. And he knows the name of them and everything. I can't remember what it's called, but it's almost like the Smithsonian Institute and the what's the other mind control?
MK Ultra.
No.
Oh, the
Starts with an S as well. Um, it's like Smithsonian, but it's not. It's the something. I can't remember what the name is now. It's oh
yeah, the one that they use in music. Is that start with an S? I can't
no,
remember. Tavistock. No, that's
It's
what
on the
I'm
tip of my
thinking of.
tongue. Yes, yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what they
it's
do,
yeah.
man. They
So
study us.
it's all generated. Look. It's like what we say. The old text sitting there, and they introduce it when they want to, and they know they can make money out of it. AI is no different. It's been there the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. We've just
So why
they've just
why is this any different?
they've just given us the interface, right? That's
Yeah,
all
exactly.
they've done
And
with
if we are
AI.
computers, if we do interface and we are the energy and we are the power source,
Yeah, yeah.
whole another rabbit hole, that one. So, yeah, so we've gone to those. Now we will probably finish where we need to finish at the shrine. And if you want more information about the shrine and what goes on with this place, see Nikki and Dale,
Yep,
Dale Holmes.
Dale
Watch
Holmes on
Nikki.
YouTube. Yep.
So again, we have the urns. Now, stop right there. That is the same. We've gone a big circle now. That is what was in Martin's garden. The LYSI crate, the old so-called Egyptian monument that he had to have at a certain axis for the island, Clark
Oh,
Island,
that thing
the
that was
Lyssa crate or
reproduced
whatever.
in Italy or whatever. That
Yes,
that thing.
yes,
Yeah,
it's the
right.
same one. And it's on top of the shrine in Melbourne.
What do you mean the exact same one as if they moved it there or just a
No,
replica?
no, 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 it's a
It's the
replica
same. Yeah.
again, but he
Which
had one in
means
his garden
so it's a
that had to
piece of
point to Clark Island and had to be on an access point. The same as a shrine, the shrine had to be on a definite access point, and we have on top a Lassacrate monument,
mm,
Lysicate. Now, the
yeah.
original was meant to have been built in 300 BC or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. And it's still
So
just
why have we
standing
got it on the top of
somehow
our shrine?
because it's a piece of tech. Clearly, it's a component of some kind, right?
Clearly,
Oh, it's
clearly.
gotta be.
So, yeah, we go onto the monument here. So, who are these people?
Well,
What's their story?
we got Angel Man here
Mm-hmm.
spreading his wings and everyone bowing to him. Got a dog.
Panther? What is that? A panther or
Yeah, it's more panther than dog, I think. Looks catty in the face. And just people, I don't know. I
so?
mean, not Aussie looking people, that's for sure. Definitely,
Definitely not
Phoenician, Grecian, Roman kind of look.
Mesopotamian. I mean, look at that above it, even on the peak of that. It all represents
Mm,
the symbology of
the shell.
different people.
Different people. So yeah, I think that's what it is. The story of our invasion,
What part
right?
of that's Australian?
Well, none of it. We don't have lions, that's for sure. We don't have, that should be a dingo up there, mate.
It's urns again. These
Yeah.
Grecian urns, or whatever you want to call them. What part of that represents our diggers? Apart from our poor diggers having to apparently build this place and dig the ground to put it on.
Yeah.
And it's above the original people of Melbourne's burial site. Why are we placing things on burial sites?
Wow. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they made this. Do you?
I think it may have been renovated. I think it was already there.
Yeah, me too. I mean, look at the columns. You see that everywhere, right? These segmented columns
Yep.
and fluted. It's the exact same as everywhere
Yep.
else. Apart from the size, look at the size. But it looks like a temple, like all these war memorials, right? They're, in my opinion, they're like sacred sites, like on ley lines or whatever, and they just turn them from a temple, from a good vibe to war,
Yes.
something about death, right? To make it dark and,
Well, they took the water away. There was a big water fountain in the front of that.
well, there you
So
go.
that part of the shrine is facing Melbourne.
All right.
So
I have
there's 4 sides to this building.
got the flowers there. And again, you can see this looks like it's been made in sections almost, doesn't it?
Yep. But it's also very Egyptian.
This dude's whole, oh, that's
It's
his
got an
helmet, isn't
Egyptian
it?
feel about it as well. Yep.
Yeah, man,
Again,
it's crazy. Even just these inlays in these, there's something you can hardly see. It's a lot of work.
yep. That's a lot of work. And here we go. There's 4 women on each corner, south, east, north, west, representing a different theme of peace and I can't remember, a trust, I think. But again, what part of that is Australian?
Yeah, none of it,
What is it
right?
really representing?
And she's
And
looks
you
like
go by the
she's made from
storyline, it says that people were infuriated.
that looks like different stone. Look at how it's all oxidized. It's got more iron in it, right, than the background. And I mean, look
Right.
like that's got a bit in it. That's just weird. And like a kid in underpants, what the hell? Who are these weirdos?
But the size of it too. We're in a depression. We've just come out of World War One, apparently, depression, everything, and we're building something like this. And they're asking the people of Melbourne to pay for it. This is on the other side, facing St Kilda. So, is this the young man of whatever's on the other side? I mean, why we got a boy now with 2 horse heads?
Hmm.
There's a lot of symbology and a lot of occultism going with this place. So if you want to know more, listen to Nikki's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
she's
yeah.
found on it. Because it's the
Oh,
only
wow.
place that's called a shrine, apparently, from memory. But you've got torsos in here, horses' heads.
Yeah. Everyone naked or half naked, sitting in the
People are
dirt,
naked.
yeah,
Exactly.
making pottery or something, lounging around. It's all very, I mean, you see that a lot in, what we're told is Greek, right? They're just always lounging about in their togas, with their
Yes.
boobs hanging out.
Why exactly.
It's all very strange.
It
And
just
here,
shows you the size.
okay, so this is another one. This is really oxidized. That's interesting. But I mean, who knows? That whole thing could have been added, right? I don't know. It's hard to know what's
Yeah,
new and what's old, what level they could have. But I mean, again, then the
absolutely.
question is, yeah, is this the old civilization or is this the invading civilization, right? With
Exactly.
as far as the look, the Grecians
Exactly
with the
right.
toga thing. I mean, But we find it, yeah, it's an interesting question because we find it everywhere. But is it old or new? Is it, replacement, propaganda, or is it the true people? We just don't know.
So
Hmm.
what's this going to be in the future? Is it going to be the new Rome or the new Greece
Yeah,
when
well,
everything else has been annihilated?
Rome, like we've been ruled as far as the world for a long time by the Roman Church, right? Roman Catholic Church.
Mm. So
I mean,
you have a look how it's positioned. This is called the king. This is on the king's chamber, the king's domain. The land is king's domain. So, but it's sacred Indigenous people's land,
mm,
the original tribes of Melbourne, and we're building a shrine of remembrance on their original burial site.
which is weird.
It's a
I mean,
very interesting place, I
look how
tell
it's
you.
just completely lined up with this right the way
Yep.
down.
And now we have a building right at the end of that with the Indigenous people's Burke's barrack. Sorry, his picture looking back at the shrine
Yeah, right.
on a new building. They've made the glass his face, and he's looking back up at the shrine.
And all these bits down here, these are all sunken,
That is
aren't
all
they?
been added.
Yeah, yeah. This is
Yes,
not
they've
too
all
long
been
ago.
added, Campbell,
What do they represent, do you
and
know?
fully creepy because they're red for the blood of the sacrifice of the soldiers. I
Oh, okay, yeah,
mean,
yeah, the flower, yeah, right. More death, right? More sacrifice.
they all
Burnt
represent, they're all
offering.
symbolic. Yep, yep. And this side, hang on, the opposite side is facing St Kilda, and you can see the synagogue, the dome of the original synagogue.
Right. And what's
The
inside it?
inside of the building.
Look at
I
that.
mean, look, everything they've used is
Crazy.
symbolic. The marble, the granite. Is that not like if you told me that was in Egypt? Oh, look
Yeah,
at this beautiful
if you just
monument
saw that, yeah, you could
and
say it
shrine
was
in Egypt.
anywhere.
I think, geez, yeah. So if
Craziness.
anyone doesn't know, that light is there to shine down on whatever crib is in underneath at 11:11. I think
Yeah,
it is
yeah. Just like
from memory.
Indiana
I'm
Jones,
probably
right?
wrong. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Again, this is a place where I have a shield. I I'm glad Nikki's doing it because I went and saw that for the first time with Ed Weiner 2 months ago. And I've been in that park all my life as a child. I visited there, never went to the shrine, never felt any need to go to the shrine. And even now, when I went there, it gave me a weird feeling. I don't want to go back there, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, right.
So, I said to Nikki, she's brave because there's some weird overlays on that place. But
Mm,
yes,
there you
very
go.
interesting.
Very
So
interesting.
yeah, we've done a full circle because the Melbourne Shrine has this lice crate but on the top of it, and our friend Mr. James Martin had one in his garden.
That is
The only
interesting.
two places in Australia.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Modeled off something from 300 BC, apparently. Like, how did they even know about that? That's crazy. But I mean, with all the
Yeah.
buildings, I mean, I think it's pretty clear at this point that it was all here, man. Australia was founded. Like, they
Oh yeah.
invaded,
Yep.
right? You know,
Yep.
the I think it looks like
They've
some
inhabited the
people,
place. That's for sure.
it looks like some people who, were richer or whatever, more influential, sort of joined the invaders, right? Maybe. And then you have the bushrangers and people like
Yes.
this who are against them. So here we find ourselves, right?
Well, we've got it now. Depends how big the carrot is that gets dangled in front of the faces, isn't it?
Mm.
And what
Yes.
power and money they can make out of it. Everyone has a price.
Everyone does, man,
So,
unfortunately.
yeah,
Interesting.
human nature.
All right, well,
Very
I must end it
interesting,
there
isn't it?
because your voice is going all funny and weird again.
Yeah, well, you're chopping in and out too, Campbell.
Oh
So
gosh.
hopefully this works out.
Hopefully we can release the video. Yeah.
Don't do Zoom again.
Yeah. All right.
No
We'll do
Zoom.
StreamYard, no Zoom. All right. Cool.
Yeah,
All
no
right.
Zoom. Okay.
Well,
So
thank you.
I
That was cool.
thought next time, no, that's good. I hope you enjoy it. Next time, I think we're just going to look at photos, Campbell. I'm going to try and get a collection of weird and wonderful photos together, and we'll just have a look at them and,
Awesome.
deep dive into the photos and see what we can see. Because I think
Sounds
everyone
cool.
enjoys looking at photos.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm also going to change it up a little bit because I think we all have come to a conclusion that we've definitely been inhabited by someone or something. So I found some very mysterious things in Australia too. So maybe we can have a little divulge in that as well.
Sounds good, man. I'm into it. Definitely. Mhm. All right. Well, we'll be
All
back
right.
next week, I guess, for some photos and another chat.
Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely. And enjoy your castle.
Yes, I will. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to run back into it now. All right. Cheers, Paula.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Thank you.
The plan, right? They want us to all be completely online. They want all of our stuff, all of our conversations to be traceable and for them to have records on it, which is why we need to get the newspaper right? That no censoring, delivered to your door. It's physical. They can't come in and cross lines out or do any of this stuff.
The dog can wee on it.
The dog can weigh on it. You can read it in the day. And it's in the 3D world, right? It's an experience. You get to turn pages and stuff rather than staring at a screen.
That's right. And because it's not digitalized, it's not online, they don't know what's in it.
They don't know what's
They
in
don't
it.
know what's in it, which means we're completely uncensored, which is the way it should have always been. Anyway, I'm excited. So open up. The new submissions are open for the next edition. Obviously, now you guys are going to get some concept of what this all is about. I hope and I am sure that everything's going to continue to evolve. The articles, the content, the theories, the ads, the artwork are going to evolve and get better and better and better. Like this is like natural way. So in a year's time, this publication worldwide should be just probably I would say the most extraordinary publication in the realm. And
Mm.
that's pretty fucking cool, man.
That's cool. And it's whatever you want. Like we've had like big articles submitted. We've had just pictures with nothing. We've had like a picture and just a few lines of script, whatever it is. We've got like advertisements, I guess you'd call them, people like letting us know what their businesses are and things
Yes,
like
and do
this.
that.
Yeah, yeah. If you've got a business that you're looking to get started or promote, then yeah, just send us whatever you want. It can be an ad, it can be an article about what you do. If you're running a course or anything like that, send it in because we want to promote within our community, right? And
Fuck
that's
yeah.
who we want to deal with. You want to deal
Yep.
with people that are on your level, right? And ethical and on the right frequency.
It's cool, man. I love it. I love that we're getting out of the digital era, going back to the physical world. And of course, it's a safeguard. If anything does collapse with the internet. And of course, worldwide now we've got these fucking digital IDs being rolled out in Britain and all over Europe and all over Asia and all over everywhere, including Australia. And we're all going to hate that. Yes, there'll be workarounds. Yes, we'll sort out some way of getting through it. But the newspapers is something excellent for the years ahead of us. I really feel that in relation to uncensored content from within our community, for our community, supporting our community, servicing our community, and promoting our community. And that's fuck yeah. Look, I'm on a fuck roll today. Look. Sorry, everyone
Yeah.
who cares still about that.
So links below, guys. Get involved. And yes, subscribe.
they